This tutorial we're going to cover how to return parts to inventory that were shipped out and maybe were not accepted or weren't needed, so they were brought back. And with this you can either put them back into your inventory or just return them, whatever it is you want to handle it. And the way you do that is with this button here, Return Ship Parts to Inventory. And when that form opens up, what you want to do is search for the order number. If you know the order number, you can just put it in and then select it. If you're not sure the order number, you can select the customer and then the job name, and then that'll give you a list of invoices for that customer and job. So then you can go ahead and select the invoice, and what that'll do is bring up all the parts that are on that inventory or on that sales order. And you can see here it has a column where you enter the quantity to be returned. So you can edit this column. You can also edit this column. So if you're returning some items, then you might want to eliminate the tag numbers that weren't needed. So let's give you an example. We'll do the BB1279 hinge. There's 33 of them that were ordered, 33 that were shipped. There was no previous shipped, so that means nothing has been invoiced. Now, if an item has already been invoiced, you can't return it here. You'll have to create a credit memo. In the credit memo, you'll have the option of returning it to inventory. So this will be items that you want to return that have not been invoiced yet. So let's say we're going to return, we'll say 6 of these. So you enter the number 6. That means 2 of these tag numbers should go. And I'll just take the last 2 of them off for now. So that's 3 hinges per door. So now we have 9 doors. And we should have 27 hinges. Now what this is going to do when I update this, it's going to update the sales order to the quantity ordered minus the quantity returned. And also the quantity shipped will be minus the quantity returned. That way the invoice or the sales order can be invoiced for the correct amount that was shipped out. And if you need to pull up the sales order, here's the sales order here. And you can see there's a quantity of 33 on order, or quantity ordered. So we're going to return 6 of these. So once you have that number selected, just click Update Inventory. Now you have the option here to return to inventory regardless of the part type. What that means, if this part type was marked as non-inventory, then typically it would not be added back to inventory. But you have an option when it comes back. You really have no choice. Either you have to return it to the manufacturer, or you'll have to put it on your shelf and stock it as inventory. So this box is automatically checked. If you don't want it changing the quantity on inventory, and I'll show you what that is here. Looks like there's 4626 in stock. So this is a number that's going to be changed. Okay. Lost my train of thought. All right, we're returning 6 of these, and we're going to go ahead and let them be added back, added back into inventory. So we'll go ahead and click the button, Update, and now you can see it reloaded the form. There's 27 on order now, and there's only 27 that have actually shipped. So if we bring up the sales order, now one thing that you're going to pay attention here is nothing's changed on this sales order because I've had it open. To see the correct changes, I'm going to have to close this and let it reload all this data here. So we want to go back. We'll go ahead and open up this sales order again. We'll open up the sales order, let it reload, and we should have 6 more in inventory. 4632. It was 4626. And it says quantity of 27 on order, 27 have shipped. So at this point, I could go ahead and invoice the sales order for the correct amount that have shipped out. So that's how you're going to update the quantity shipped if anything is returned. Now, with components, you want to pay attention to this. Some of these components might have a quantity that's double the amount of the parent item. So we have 9 here, and 9 of each component. But some components might have a quantity of 2, which means that would be a quantity of 18. So you want to pay attention to something like that. When you're entering your quantities returned, you want to make sure you fill it out for the components also. So let's say we're returning one of these. So we'd enter 1 here. And we just go down the list and put 1 for each component. However, if this quantity was 18, meaning double the quantity, then I'd want to return 2 of these. So keep that in mind when you're filling this out. Just be aware of the number of components that it takes to make up the parent item. So the only items that are going to be added back into inventory are going to be the inventory parts. This will not be added back because it's an assembly, and this will not be added back because it's a service. It's not counted as inventory. So it doesn't matter if this is checked or not. Those 2 items will not be added back to inventory. Okay, and again, one more time, if it shows previous ship, that means it's probably already been invoiced. So if you're trying to return something like that, you'll have to create a credit memo, and that would be this button right here. So that should pretty well cover it. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions on this or concerns, please give us a call or email. Thanks.